The 19th of April 22 for today's devotional. His leftovers are everlasting. In the kingdom, the one and only true Lord Jesus Christ, all his leftovers are everlasting. No matter how few they are, he always increases them in order for his people to never to lack. Let's read together. Matthew chapter 14 verses 15 to 21. Jesus replied, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." "We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish," they answered. "Bring them here to me," he said. And he directed the people to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied, and the disciples picked up 12 baskets full of broken pieces that were left over. In Matthew chapter 15 verses 29 to 38, Jesus left there and went along the Sea of Galilee. Then he went up on a mountainside and sat down. Great crowds came to him. Jesus called his disciples to him and said, "I have compassion for these people. They have already been with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. I do not want to send them away hungry, or they may collapse on the way." His disciples answered, "Where could we get enough bread in this remote place to feed such a crowd? How many loaves do you have?" Jesus asked. 7, they replied, "and a few small fish." He told the crowd to sit down on the ground. Then he took the 7 loaves and the fish, and when he had given thanks, he broke them and gave them to the disciples, and they in turn to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. Afterward the disciples picked up 7 baskets full of broken pieces that were left over. Amen. Question: are you in need of something to keep you going? Admonition: just take whatever leftovers you have and lift them up to the one and only true God of increase. Remember, Matthew chapter 16 verses 5 to 10. When they went across the lake, the disciples forgot to take bread. "Be careful," Jesus said to them. "Be on your guard against the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees." They discussed this among themselves and said, "It is because we didn't bring any bread." Aware of their discussion, Jesus asked, "You of little faith, why are you talking among yourselves about having no bread? Do you still not understand? Don't you remember the 5 loaves for the 5,000, and how many baskets you gathered? Or the 7 loaves for the 4,000, and how many baskets you gathered? You of little faith, you only need to believe. Like, share, subscribe.